Well, hello, my jazzy friends. I hope you're doing well, I hope you're staying safe, and it's lovely to see you as always. In today's video, we're going to be diving into episode 3 of the Dragon Age Lore and Companion series. And I thought today we would do someone that's pretty universally loved in the franchise, and that is Morrigan. So first off, we are not entirely sure when Morrigan was born. It's not ever exactly been pinpointed like with some of the other characters, but she is said to be around 30 when the events of Dragon Age Origins begin, and that is in kind of the year 930 of the Dragon Age, so we can place her probably around 901-ish. She was born and raised in the Korcari Wilds by her mother Flemeth, who is a legendary Witch of the Wilds. No one is entirely sure about Morrigan's father either, but he is rumoured to be one of the Chastened folk, which is a human tribe. Due to this, Morrigan was not raised in a circle of magi. Most mages in Thedas, when they show signs of magic, are whisked away to enroll in this circle of magi, circle of magic, whatever. It's not an optional thing, it's obligation to any magic individuals, so that the chantry can regulate and keep a close eye on the mages. Morrigan and her mother are apostate mages. They're isolated and kept away from civilization to avoid any attention from the Templars, and they're kind of hidden away from the rest of the world. We don't have an awful lot of information on Morrigan's childhood or upbringing either, but we have a couple of snippets of different stories about it because of some of the dialogue options in Origins. As a child, Morrigan stole a hand mirror from a noble, and she treasured it greatly. She brought it back to her home. When Flemeth found out about it, she smashed the mirror to scold Morrigan for her foolishness and recklessness and the risk that she had posed for herself. Morrigan was heartbroken. There are other such references to Flemeth delivering these harsh life lessons to Morrigan when she was a child. Flemeth also instilled in Morrigan a very large distrust in humankind. In her young adulthood, Morrigan wandered out of the wilds anyway to observe humans and their ways of interacting. She learnt a little about their civilization and social graces, but she eventually gave up on trying to understand humans, and she returned to the wilds. At this time, she swore never to leave again. She continued to live in the wilds, and she found comfort and solace in the nature, and she learned to take forms of different animals and shapeshifting, which we see in Origins as well. As Morrigan grew a little bit older, her and her mother would play a trick on Templars who tried to capture them to draw them to the circle. Morrigan would play an innocent, scared child, would draw them in, and then she would lead the Templars to her mother Flemeth, who would essentially have her way with them and deal with them as she so wished. In the events of Dragon Age Origins, Morrigan meets the player's warden, Alistair, and the two other potential recruits in the Korcari Wilds quite early on in the game, when the warden goes looking for the warden's cache, which contains the scrolls that allows wardens to draft elves and mages and dwarves and so on in the event of a blight. Morrigan informs them that her mother has the scrolls, and she leads them to Flemeth, who delivers them back to the wardens, claiming that she preserved them, to Alistair's surprise. Morrigan then escorts them out of the wilds. We meet Morrigan again in Origins, following the Battle of Ostagar. Morrigan is there when the player's warden awakens, and she informs the warden about Loghain quitting the field and the other events of the battle, including Flemeth nursing the player's warden and Alistair back to health following the Tower of Ishar. Flemeth then offers Morrigan up to travel with the warden and Alistair for the task of unifying the lands and tackling the blight. During Origins, if a close enough relationship is obtained, Morrigan will discuss with the warden that she is suspicious of how her mother Flemeth has lived for so long, and about the myths and the legends that talk of Flemeth having other children. Morrigan believes that she is a demonic abomination who has a daughter, and then as Flemeth nears her death, she takes over their body. Morrigan is very concerned at this point that the cycle is going to continue with her, and that this method is how Flemeth has managed to live on for such a long time, essentially achieving immortality. This will unlock the ability for the player to go and slay Flemeth, or to let her go and then lie to Morrigan. Either way, it results in Morrigan's appreciation and approval. She is very clearly, as a character, someone who has grown up isolated, as she consistently displays her cynicism and her amoral worldview. She has a very sharp tongue. She disapproves when the player's warden does things that may help others. So, for example, peasants who have minor squabbles. and anything that she may deem worthless and not likely to further the cause of ending the Blight or their own personal agendas. Her view on life is very clearly quite cutthroat, based on just surviving and intelligence, and not really concerning anyone, with things that are beneath them. She's interested in power and purpose. She also frequently shows particular fascination with ancient magics, artifacts, and power. She has a very poor relationship with the Warden's other companion, Alistair, because they have such conflicting just morals and worldviews, not helped along with the fact that Alistair is in fact an ex-Templar, and Morrigan is, of course, an apostate. Alistair can be quite dim also, and Morrigan, although perhaps not educated in social etiquette and decorum and stuff like that, is very clearly quite an intelligent person. She also is not someone to back down. Nearing the end of the events of Origins, Riordan, who is a senior warden, will inform the player's warden and Alistair that whoever kills the archdemon will die with it. Morrigan at this point will offer up a dark ritual where either Alistair, or if the player's warden is a male, to sleep with Morrigan, basically creating a child that will take on the taint so that no one will die. I'm not going to dive into DLC kind of information, so Morrigan does not appear in Dragon Age 2 at all. In the year 937, Morrigan is serving as an advisor to Celine, the Empress of Orlais. She consults Celine on magic and the arcane and such matters. The Empress was very eager for Morrigan to be an aid to her, as Celine herself had been fascinated by magic and magical knowledge for some time. Rumours around the court though began to circulate, however, that Morrigan was not innocently informing Celine on magic, and was actually a very poor influence on the Empress, teaching her forbidden arts and dark arts and magic, stuff like that. In Dragon Age Inquisition, when the Inquisitor attends the Winter Palace for a ball during the peace talks, Morrigan appears. It was a very, very exciting moment for anyone who's played the games, you will know. But she approaches them with a key. She says that she can't leave Celine unattended, but she encourages the Inquisitor to go and explore where the key leads and to try and find the assassin for Celine. Whatever unfolds with Celine and the Empress/Emperor seat in Orlais, Morrigan will end up joining the Inquisition. Morrigan helps the Inquisition with Corypheus, including the use of alluvions. Morrigan may also wish to drink from the Well of Sorrows when you go and do the quest at the Temple of Mythal. In doing so, this will bind her to the Will of Mythal forever. If Morrigan does this, she will find out shortly afterwards that Flemeth is a vessel of Mythal. This will happen even if you slayed Flemeth in Origins. It doesn't matter, she will pop back up. If you imported world saves for this game, this may also be the moment where you meet the player's warden or Alistair's child with Morrigan, named Kieran. Or it could be Loghain as well, I'm pretty sure it could be Loghain. Morrigan departs Skyhold once Corypheus is defeated. And that's basically where we're up to with Morrigan's story for the moment. I don't know if we're going to see her in Dragon Age 4. I have a video on Dragon Age 4 coming up in a couple of days. We don't know just yet though, but I'm sure a lot of fans would really love to see her make another appearance in the next game in the franchise. But that is all I have for you today on this one. Please let me know down below in the comments which kind of characters you're most interested in, and I will absolutely endeavour to do those next. But thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, it really means a lot to me, and I will see you next time.